Imagine waking up one morning completely broke. No money in your account, no house, no backup plan. Now imagine risking every single dollar you have, not once, not twice, but 3 times, knowing that one wrong move will leave you with absolutely nothing. Sounds insane, right? But that's exactly what Elon Musk did. And today, that crazy risk has made him the richest man on Earth, worth over $400 billion. This isn't just a story about getting rich. This is a story about obsession, about almost losing everything, and about building an empire that is changing humanity itself. Elon Musk's journey didn't begin in Silicon Valley. It began in Pretoria, South Africa, thousands of miles away from the world of tech billionaires. As a child, Elon was quiet, shy, and often lost in his thoughts. He was bullied so badly in school that one day a group of kids threw him down a flight of stairs and beat him until he blacked out. He spent a week in the hospital, but instead of giving up, he escaped into books, science fiction, encyclopedias, physics, anything he could find. He would sit for hours, imagining rockets, planets, and civilizations on Mars. At 12, he taught himself programming, built a small video game called Blastar, and sold it for $500. That moment changed him. He realized ideas could become real, and that technology could turn imagination into reality. But there was one problem. South Africa was not the place to build the future. At 17, Elon made a life-changing decision. He left his home country, his friends, and everything familiar behind because he wanted to go where the future was being built, America. Getting there wasn't easy. He first moved to Canada, sleeping on couches, working on farms, shoveling dirt, cleaning boilers, doing any job he could find just to survive. Years later, he finally made it to the United States, and that's when his real journey began. In the late 90s, the internet was exploding. This was the gold rush of the digital age, and Elon wanted in. Together with his brother Kimball, he started Zip2, an online city guide for newspapers. But success didn't come overnight. They were so broke they literally slept in the office and showered at the YMCA. Every dollar went into keeping the servers running. For 3 long years, they worked non-stop, coding, pitching, selling. Finally, their gamble paid off. In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million, and Elon walked away with $22 million at just 27 years old. Most people would have stopped there. Retired, bought a mansion, maybe a Ferrari. But Elon wasn't like most people. He was already thinking about the next thing, something even bigger. He invested $10 million into a new company called X.com. The idea was to let people send money through the internet, a concept that sounded insane at the time. Banks refused to work with him, competitors mocked him, even some of his own employees thought it would fail. But Elon was relentless. He worked day and night, often sleeping in a beanbag next to his desk. Eventually, X.com became PayPal, and in 2002, eBay bought it for $1.5 billion. Elon walked away with $180 million in cash. And here's where the story takes a turn most people can't believe. Instead of retiring young and living a life of luxury, Elon took nearly all of that $180 million and put it into 3 risky ventures: $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into Solar City. After doing all that, he had so little left that he had to borrow money to pay his rent. Then things got worse. SpaceX's first rocket exploded, the second rocket exploded, the third rocket also exploded. Each failure cost tens of millions of dollars. By the third explosion, SpaceX was just weeks away from total bankruptcy. Elon had enough money left for one final launch. If it failed, SpaceX was gone, Tesla was gone, and Elon Musk would have been completely broke. September 28, 2008, the day of the 4th launch, the entire SpaceX team held their breath as the rocket soared into the sky. And this time, it made it to orbit. SpaceX had just become the first private company in history to send a rocket into space. 6 weeks later, NASA awarded them a $1.6 billion contract. SpaceX had been saved, but barely. Tesla was still on life support. Payroll was about to bounce. Investors were losing faith. In a last-ditch effort, Elon put in his final dollars and convinced investors to join him. Tesla survived, just by inches. Fast forward to today, Tesla is worth over $700 billion, selling millions of cars worldwide. SpaceX launches rockets almost every week, and is building Starship, the biggest rocket ever made to take humans to Mars. Elon Musk's net worth, over $400 billion. But here's what most people get wrong. Elon Musk's story is not about luck. It's not even about money. It's about obsession, about taking risks so big that failure would mean losing everything, and still moving forward anyway. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this. The richest man in the world was once sleeping in his office, broke, and one rocket launch away from losing it all. He didn't wait for the perfect time. He didn't wait until he felt ready. He just started. And maybe that's what you need to do too, because the only thing standing between you and your dream is the decision to take that first step.